Trevor Noah just did a video where on YouTube called the Subminimum Wage Loophole. So he's talking about subminimum wage and how terrible it is for disabled people and how, oh my god, companies are paying disabled people a tiny, tiny amount to live. Well, does he know what it's like out there? Has he seen somebody in a wheelchair working at Target? Has he seen somebody with Down syndrome working, getting his mail? We don't fucking exist. We have to be underground because no one will hire us. I am so disabled where I can't even manage my own life. My mind darts around. I rely on cannabis to even focus on a damn thing. The only reason I'm able to focus on this video is it's something I'm so fucking upset about that I can't help it. And even then, you can see I'm looking all over. I'm trying to eat breakfast. I'm trying to do all sorts of things at the same time because that's how my mind is. And on top of that, I have chronic fatigue most of the time. So I'm in bed most of the day. But I can probably manage maybe a couple hours. I can probably drive into town and work at a crystal shop for a couple of hours. Literally just opening packages that come in, and I can probably open packages that come in and put them where they need to go and label them and steam the clothes, because sometimes at crystal shops they also sell clothes. So I can do that. The problem is I've gone to each and every one because crystals are one of my special interests. I know a lot of metaphysical properties of crystals. I study them. That's one of my things. It's even my name. The problem is I've gone to these places and I've been like, hey, you know me very well. Yes, we do. We love you. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, would you consider hiring me? Oh, I don't think so, because you can't fit behind a cash register with your wheelchair. So, and I'm like, well, just hire me to do what you're doing right now. Opening boxes, greeting the UPS guy, cataloging, and labeling, and send me on my way. Like, just hire me for a couple of hours to do the things so that you can use the cash register and you can greet customers. And they're like, no, we need you to do everything. And I'm like, well, I can't do that. And then they're like, oh, and actually we need you to go to DSHS and work through the disability rehiring program. And I'm like, that seems a little unfair. Like, you'll hire some teenager off the street, but you're going to force me to go through additional programs to work for you. And those programs I'm not getting paid at. You know, it's so messed up because they want one person to do the work of like 5 people. They want me to be able to jump around. I've seen how they work. One minute they're behind the cash register, and then I come in, and then they're following me around the store, making sure I got everything. And then they're jumping over here, and then they're going over here. You know, I can't do that. I'm in a wheelchair. When I'm out and about, I use a wheelchair and I'm sitting right now, because I can't stand for very long. It causes me intense pain, and I can't manage customers and do all that because my brain just can't do it. So I did go to DSHS, and I tried out for their rehiring program. They wanted to force me to sit with them for 6 hours a day and train to go back into the workforce. 6 hours a day. And at that time, I was taking the bus. So that would be more like 8 hours. I can't work full time. So basically, to measure up to capitalism, they're forcing disabled people to sit in a DSHS office for 8 hours and drill. And I can't do that. Like, there's no way I could even work that long, let alone take the bus and deal with that. And that's 8 hours without eating. That's 8 hours without a nap. I have to take a nap like every few hours. There's no way it would have endangered my health to even be there. So I told him, I'm like, look, you guys mean well, but I am not able to keep up with this. I am disabled. So I need a kitty job. And that's what subminimum wage jobs did. There was a subminimum wage factory in Oklahoma that I worked at. My former mother-in-law worked in one. I loved it. I could roll in there and she would just be like, okay, here's a pile of boxes. Here's a bunch of painter squares. I've got some yellow paint. What you need to do is paint where all the markings are. All the recessed markings, paint those in with this paint so that they're yellow. And then we will take them and we will wash them and then we'll pay you 60 cents a square. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this. Like, and there were people in the shop with Down syndrome. They were winding fishing lures and organizing cords and stuff. And I'm like, that's what I can do because I love repetitive stuff. I'm autistic. Repetitive stuff is what I do. Like, give me a job where I just have to focus on one thing and do it over and over again until I go home. That's what I can do. You know, and put me in a pickle factory just tightening the jars on all those pickles. That's what I can do. But nobody wants to do that anymore. And you got people like Trevor Noah that think they know us, that are like, we need to shut down these subminimum wage jobs and factories. These are terrible for disabled people. And I'm like, dude, are you going to hire me? I don't see anybody in a wheelchair working for you. Where's all the Down syndrome folks at? Where are we going to go? Trevor Noah, you think you know us? Where are we going to go? Where are we going to work? I am not hireable anywhere in my town. Nowhere. And people know me. I've been here for 11 years. And they will not hire me unless I go through all these fucking loopholes because I'm disabled and I haven't worked in 15 years. So I am tired of these self-righteous people that think that are looking down from above, that they never have issues getting hired. You know, Trevor Noah is probably worth millions of dollars and he's looking down going, oh, look at that cripple down there. Oh my God, they're making only 60 cents a piece? Oh my God. But he forgets that if you're on disability, you cannot work, you cannot make more than a few $100s a month. I think it's less than that now. You can't work that much. Where are you going to work? And where are you going to work for that? People want to hire you full-time around here, or they want to hire you part-time, which is still 25 hours a pay period or so. You're in one paycheck, it'll be over your limit and you won't have benefits anymore. So instead, Trevor Noah and whoever else that mean well, why not go to Congress with your money and your clout and tell them to either raise our disability checks and SSI as well, cut off the asset limit so that we can work as much as we're able or as little as we're able and get hired. And also, why don't you close that loophole in the Americans with Disabilities Act that says that they only need to hire people who are fully qualified, meaning I'd have to fucking go to school somehow with my chronic pain and unmanaged medical conditions. Doctors are overworked. They're not treating us properly when we go to the clinic. They're throwing Band-Aids on our wounds. I don't have a psychiatrist and I need one because there's no psychiatrist available. There are bigger problems than a sub-minimum wage factory. And yeah, if that was their only income, that might be kind of shitty. But let's be honest, it's not their only income. And if it is, there needs to be that gap where we get hired so that we don't have to go on benefits, but we're not hired. And I'm not able to work full-time or part-time. I'm able to work maybe a few hours a week because I have a house. I have to be able to somewhat keep it clean. And that alone is work for me. It is exhausting. Sweeping the floor with a wheelchair is a pain in the ass. And my husband has to work full-time, so he's not here. So why don't you rally Congress to give us caregivers to manage our home so that we can work a few hours a week, huh? Why not do that, Trevor Noah, instead of cutting the only supplements to our income that are available? Because working under the table is illegal. So maybe doing that instead of pretending like you know us. All right.